Invocation, I turn it over to my co-announcer, Chris Kale.
Lord, we thank you for bringing us all together here tonight. Midvale Speedway, beautiful facility. We ask you to please keep our drivers safe, our crews safe, our team safe, and especially the fans. We thank you for this beautiful sunshine and beautiful weather we've been having. Please watch over all of us in your name. Amen.
Presenting the colors is Hunter Gray, riding in the number 82 of Jeff Bowling. Now the playing of our national anthem. And a good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Midvale Speedway. We are moments away from the start of our racing program, brought to you by All Parts Auto Care and Pepsi. The Spectator Drag sign-up sheet is available on the patio of the main scoring tower. If you'd like to sign up, there's no cost. Fast heat race. The McIntosh Oil Company late models coming at you. First of three heat races. Beautiful number 42 of Stankiewicz, the 112 of Don Harvey. Green is out and they're underway. Into 1 and 2 they go. It's going to be the outside lane, sliding a little bit through the drying agent, coming off of the second corner. It's going to be Stankiewicz going into the lead, sideways a bit through 3 and 4, wheels it off the corner and leads across the line. First lap of the night is complete, and Stankiewicz is out front in the second spot. A 112 of Harvey. Third is Rosenberry. Fourth is Malkett, and here comes Malkett to the bottom. Heads up driving, Marcus Malkett slides underneath the number 2 car of Rosenberry. When Rosenberry slips up a little bit in turn number 4, drivers still working in the drying agent through the corners. All of them on the free side, including the race leader, Tom Stankiewicz. That'll be coming up on the halfway mark shortly. Stankiewicz protecting the bottom, the longtime veteran of late model racing. Oh, just about looped it coming off at turn 4 that time. Stankiewicz on the free side. Malkett's going to go for the number 2 spot. Harvey's going to go for the lead. Malkett for the second position, heading into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Smith and Rosenberry battle for 4th. Smith's going to pick up that spot. Malkett ready to make his move for the race lead. Marcus Malkett, the Strasburg driver, on the move tonight. Looking for a win in the heat. He's going to go to the outside lane down in 3 and 4. Dirt tracking it off the 4th quarter is Marcus Malkett. Malkett strong in the 75. Oh, gets a little sideways again. He has the 12 car of Smith fighting to the low side. We're coming to the white. White flag is out. Final lap. As now Bubba Smith, the top qualifier, is there as well. Malkett's going to get sideways up along the outside retaining wall. This a wild heat race for the late models. Coming off of 4 to the checkered. Stankiewicz, Malkett, Smith, Harvey, Rosenberry, and Mills. Bubba Smith, he came through the field as well. Moved up to 3rd, challenged for 2nd momentarily, but hanging on from start to finish. And what looked to be a pretty free number 42 from Strongsville, Ohio, the beautiful ride driven by Tom Stankiewicz.
What do you think, Adam? I think if that was about the 3rd or 4th race tonight, I think Malkett would have had a much better drive on the outside. Do you agree?
Where we only had about 12 or so here. It's going to be the 21 of Sibla, the 17 car of Schneider, bringing the field to green. They're off and rolling. A little bit of contact between the top two on the front straightaway. Schneider giving Sibla room now, coming down off of the second corner. Sibla pulling back forward in the J-Berg Racing 21. Who will lead lap one? They nearly made some contact. It's going to be Rick Sibla and the 21 car out front. 23 of Kirkpatrick running a smooth line on the inside groove. Schneider still working the second lane. Your leader, the 21 car, Rick Sibla. Brian Smith now putting his car in the outside lane for the number 3 spot, Brian Smith. Kirkpatrick on the inside, Smith on the outside lane. Smith pushes up a little bit in the middle of 1 and 2. Not so sure that car is handling so well yet, as the 21 of Sibla starts to extend his advantage. We've completed the first 4 of our 8 laps in this second heat race for the late models. Sibla, Schneider, Kirkpatrick, Smith, and the 82 car of Leinert first through 5th. Single file formation as Sibla, lap after lap, running strong. Smith again looks to the outside of Kirkpatrick for the number 3 position. Battle continues for third. White flag this time. 1 lap to go. Now Leinert looking to the inside of Brian Smith for the number 4 spot. Team cars there of Kirkpatrick and Leinert, but coming to the checkered, controlling this one from start to finish, Rick Sibla. Schneider, Kirkpatrick, Smith, and Leinert. Lisa Hoy State Farm, Todd Winger Parkway Auto, and Keith Anthony Industrial Machinery Car. 47 of Dave McCallicker and the 22 of Mike Miller scheduled for this race. The 9 of Randy Smart was scheduled for the previous heat. He did not make the start. Green is out. Eichel takes the lead into the first corner. The 3 of Martin will come along. Here comes the 6 of Larry Baker. Ricky Grudier drops into the number 4 spot. Baker thought about a challenge for third, then thought better of it. Your leader, the animal, Bob Eichel. Martin waiting for the inside lane to open up. I'm not so sure that that's going to happen. He might want to put it in that second groove. He's thinking about it. Looks into the high lane. Animal does push up a little bit coming off of 4. Martin goes back to the bottom. Now Animal does open up the inside lane. In turn number 2, car pushes badly. Here comes Baker along as well into the number 2 spot. Bob Eichel is dropped to third. New leader for lap number 3 is Dave Martin in car number 3. Martin out front. Second spot is Baker. That sharp number 6 car. Animal in third. Grudier in the number 4 spot. Baker a little bit quicker, pressuring Dave Martin. Martin in the lead. 3 laps to go this time for Martin. Baker finds an opening to the inside. Martin's going to close it up in turn number 1. Martin holding a pretty good lane right now, protecting that number 1 spot. Baker continues to look high. Baker riding around in the second lane. Still nothing opening up for him. Martin holding on. Martin into turn number 3, off into 4. Baker right on his rear bumper, not going to get there in time as they come to the checkered, and Martin picks up the victory. Baker in second, finishing third to the 69 of Eichel. The Logan Machine Milestone Services number 3 car. Let's have a nice round of applause for Norton, Ohio's Dave Martin. Eric Gruhl making his first start in a while, filling in for Jason this week after repairing that car other than the power steering. Tad Grove second fast and McClintock fastest. The green is out. we're going to have a caution for a failed start. Winning the modified feature a week ago. Ready for green, coming off of 4. Much better. Good start. Stewart actually with the advantage through 1. Coming off of 2, though, Glenn Jewell fights back to the inside lane. Glenn Jewell, the slight edge, middle of the backstretch. Stewart, a strong run into turn 3. Car looking good coming off of 4. Glenn Jewell's going to be the leader of lap number 1. Looks like Kevin McClintock has elected to drop back and use this as a hot lap session. Slowly but surely, Glenn Jewell's pulling out in front, but Stewart looks pretty good in the outside lane till he gets sideways. Look out, Gruhl also nearly spun it. Derek Gruhl had a pretty good qualifying effort in the 99, but that car is way loose. Going to have to tighten it up a bit for the feature. Glenn Jewell, Adam Stewart, bumper to bumper.
He's got that Mountain State missile set up on that thing.
He does. I said that to somebody up here in the tower during qualifying. It looked like the 28 car that Ritter normally drives during qualifying. Is that thing way free? Dirt tracking it. Tad Grove ready to take advantage, looking to the inside. Meanwhile, Glenn Jewell's put a car length or 2 on Adam Stewart. Brandon Bailey, the rookie, running pretty well tonight. Great qualifying effort. Now puts it in the second lane, trying to move forward. Says he's getting more comfortable in that car each week with the experience. First year ever in any type of race car. And up front, Stewart's run down Glenn Jewell again. White flag, final lap. And Stewart again a run to the outside. Stewart made a nice attempt at it down in turn number 1. Going to make another run into turn 3 and 4. Right on the bumper of Jewell. Comes to the checker. Glenn Jewell will win it. Stewart finishes in second. Derek Gruhl finishes third. Finishing fourth is Tad Grove. Fifth, the 55 of Bailey. The J.D. Byrider Texas Roadhouse South Philly Pizza Creative Floats Tedesco Graphics number 24. From Dover, the veteran Glenn Jewell. Glenn, a 2-time track champion in the past at Midvale, won the 04 Modified Championship, won a Street Stock Championship in 1992. Chris Peel, a second-year Modified driver. Philip Cox, a rookie in the mods. A 25 of Martyr, a second-year driver as well in Modified competition. Going to be a slow start coming off of turn number 4. Picking it up a little early was the 09 of Cox, and the green is out. Going to be a yellow as they'll restart this one. Coming off of turn number 4, Chris Peel. Philip Cox, goodness, Chris Peel way up the track. Green flag is out. Down into the first and second turn they go. Peel back to the bottom of the track, now giving Cox room. Into the third corner, Peel the leader for lap number 1. Cox waiting for Peel to push up. He very well might. That car definitely showing signs of a pretty severe push. Mike Bowers, he's going to go to the second lane. Try to take advantage of it out there. Mike Bowers in car 02. Has been one of our Mr. Consistency competitors over the last 2 years in the modifieds. Normally right around the top 3 to 5 in feature competition. Philip Cox finds an opening, and Chris Peel gives him room down in the third quarter. Battle for the lead at halfway. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. And it's Cox on the inside, Peel on the outside lane. Mike Bowers next to come along in the 02 car. Bowers to the inside of Chris Peel. Peel's car pushing badly. Look out. Peel's going to drop back down into line in the number 3 position. Teenage driver Don Boron Jr. goes to the outside lane. He's racing with a 25 of Sean Martyr. Outside lane, still a little slick. Boron in the 5th spot. Got a spin in turn number 4 as the 46 car goes around. Joe Slentz has looped it. Fortunately for the top two, because the caution for the 46 of Slentz. And 09 will be the winner, as we had so the checkered flag waving for the 09 of
09, you are the winner.
Cox. Cox picks up the victory. Yellow came out for the 46 of Slentz. The mishap between Bowers and the 09 car of Cox taking place after. The caution had already waved and 7 laps in the books. Heat race complete. In victory lane, his rookie season in a modified. The Fastenal, Cove Funeral Home, Village Hardware, 09 from Jeanette and Hutton. Put your hands together for Philip Cox. Philip Cox last week didn't make the show. He had his accelerator come off while he was running this week as well. He's from Waynesburg, the Selway Heating and Cooling, Canton Floors car. 68 of Hoopengarner did not get a chance to qualify. And the 74 car of Bob Passwaters Jr. elects to start at the tail of the field in the number 6 position. Another tough startup in turn number 4 as the caution flag waves. Wood in the 41, Martin in the number 5, over to turn number 4. The green is out. Perfect, ideal formation even as they cross the line. On the green, Dennis Wood on the inside lane, veteran racer from Barberton Speedway. Has been having some solid runs here at Midvale this 2014 season. He'll be your leader at the end of lap 1. Vince Martin sideways, look out. Just barely nudges the wall. They can. I don't know though. He questionable there. He was a little sideways. Oh, Mike Martin gets up into the 62 car of Elkins in the middle of the straightaway. 41 car of Wood edging ahead into the lead again. Mike Martin in the 6, dropping in line right behind him, going to take a spot away from his brother Vince. Elkins in the 62 car, waiting for an opening. The opening will be for the 3rd spot right now, might end up being for the number 2 position. He's side by side with Mike Martin now for 2nd. Dennis Wood, your race leader. We've completed 2 of our 8 laps. A little bit of contact. Wood sideways. Martin pulling forward, taking the advantage down into the 3rd corner. Dennis Wood trying to hang on to the lead. Does hang on to the lead at the line. 3 laps down. Be halfway next time by. Vince Martin again sideways. That car really free on exit of the corners. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Mike Martin's going to have him at the line this time. Yes, he does. Down into turn 1, still has to give him room. Dennis Wood pulls back up alongside, gets sideways. Elkins going to look to the bottom. He's up to the door, going into the 3rd corner, drops back a little bit as Wood closes the door. Sideways still is Wood. Elkins then gets sideways, still fighting to the low lane. Good racing in our top 3 or 4 positions in our JD Byrider Street Stock Heat. Elkins is going to move into 2nd. Gary Hoopengarner, who didn't get a chance to qualify earlier, was just late to the line. He's going to the inside of Wood. Coming to the white flag, 1 to go for Martin. Elkins is closing the gap. Does he have enough time? Elkins, give it her all it's worth. Within a car length now. Heading into the 3rd corner. Gets on the rumble bumps a little bit. Going to come to the checkered. It's going to be Mike Martin, Rick Elkins Jr., Dennis Wood, Gary Hoopengarner, Vince Martin, and Bob Passwaters Jr. are 6 finishers in our 8-lap heat race. The Canton Car Connection, Papa P's Auto, Twins Auto Sales, Shelby Sweets and Treats, and Finish Line Design number 6 from Canton, Ohio. Let's hear it for Mike Martin. Was able to hold off the late challenge from Rick Elkins Jr. in the 62. Chris, how about that 79 at the back of the field there? That thing's been around a long time. Whoever built that car, man, that team did a good job.
Yeah, it looks pretty familiar. It looks like, I would say Blake, if I remember, used to drive that car. Some Blake guy.
Yeah, Blake's wheeled it a little bit. I've wheeled it a little bit. I still don't know whether that was our first car that we built or our second one, but they were all built around the same time. It's been a good car.
I didn't say nothing about you. I said I remember a Blake.
I won a race in it.
That was for that crack last night.
Well, thank you. 77 of Josh Moss, side by side for the number 2 position. The 28 car of Waylon Orr and the 75 of Bob Passwater Sr. Waylon Orr with the advantage at the line. Orr sideways. Boy, he's really wheeling it coming off the second corner. Side by side for second. The 75 of Passwaters on the outside, Waylon Orr on the inside. Also a battle for the 5th spot. Tom Powell in the 79 and the 93 of Lewis. Three laps to go, 5 laps in for Josh Moss in car number 77. '75 of Passwater's working really hard in that outside lane. Into the pits goes the 93 of Lewis. White flag is out, final lap. Josh Moss coming to the checkered will pick up the victory. Second spot to Waylon Orr, third to the 75 of Passwaters, fourth to the 82 of Bowling, and Tom Powell fighting a miss right now. He'll come across in the number 5 spot. '77, your winner. Let's hear it for Josh Moss. New Cumberland driver, the R.G. Smith & Company Classic Car Creation, Summerdale Inn, the Linden Tree, Talati Pipe, and Bucky Mowing Car. Donnie Leggett III entering the action in the 111 car. His debut for the 2014 season. Beautiful ride. And the number 4 of Blaine Salisbury. Green flag is out. 8-lap heat race number 1 for the compacts. Salisbury, again, problems just like last week in the feature for the number 4 car. Leading the way, Clayton Oliver, car number 19. A little bit of rubbing for the number 1 position. Clayton Oliver leading the way. Second is Larry Ennis Jr. And in the number 3 spot, the 8 of Jeffrey Orr. Threading the needle, the number 3 car of Kyle Grove goes to the bottom lane. We are at the halfway mark. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Kyle Grove, followed by his teammate Kyle Rector and the other JD Byrider car, the Grove Racing number 31. Leading is Clayton Oliver. Running a good race right now, but he's got the fastest car in the division, the number 3 car of Kyle Grove there. Grove right behind him. In fact, now has an opening to the inside lane. That opening has closed up. Oh, Oliver kind of keeps it somewhat open. Clayton Oliver leading the way and coming to the white flag. It'll be 1 lap to go. Grove on the inside. Here comes Rector. Oh, look out. It's going to be the yellow and the checkered as Clayton Oliver is going to get this one. "19 of Clayton Oliver is going to pick up the victory. We had 7 laps complete again. Unfortunately, there was a pretty good race up front in our top 3 or 4 spots. Competitive racing in our Canton Auto Salvage Compacts again. Picking up the victory, the Dr. Gregory E. Kinziger Dentistry, Nana's Magnify Candles, Minerva Skate Rink, and Burwell Service, number 19. Let's put your hands together for the winner, Clayton Oliver. 17 of Laney Stresky to turn number 4 to the green. They're underway. Laney Stresky takes the lead. Jayberg using the chrome horn turns her around down in 1 and 2. Caution flag out. Car of Jayberg, 17 car of Stresky, ready to restart, coming off of turn number 4. 8 laps they'll go.
Nice move by Jayberg.
Yeah, now we're 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Threading the needle, the 18 car of Frederick. Frederick into the 2nd spot. Gage Jayberg leading the way. Frederick's going to move up into the 2nd spot. 69 of Bucky running the inside lane. He's been Mr. Consistency so far this season with a couple of 3rd place runs. Colton Cottis, pretty quick car in the 70. He's looking for an opening. He's got the car to get there if he can find it. Bucky again goes back to the inside of Frederick. Frederick to the outside of Jayberg for the lead. Some pretty competitive heat races we've had so far tonight. And it continues here in our heat race for the compacts. Justin Reniker to the outside lane. Reniker trying the 3rd groove. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go.
I don't know if that 70's blowing up or what's going on, Adam, but on the throttle, that thing's smoking like crazy.
Oh, it's a Mark Malkett look-alike car, but the one thing you never saw from the Mark Malkett car years ago was engine issues.
He's sitting, what, 10th in points, too, I think, Adam. So this will be a tough break if he's not able to keep going here. No, higher than that.
Yellow flag coming out. 70 of Cottis definitely putting liquid down on the track. As you can see, the car is sliding around.
Yeah, he's got a lot of moisture coming from the right side of the hood, almost where the overflow would be. Lots of 70.
So track crew will look at the track. Definitely looked like he was putting something down. You can see the car sliding around. We are rolling. Back again, 3 laps to go in our compact heat race event. Jayberg up the banking a little bit, slid in some of the slick stuff. It's going to be Frederick pulling ahead for the time being in the 18 car that once was a 41 car. Oh, Jayberg up the track again, rubbing a little more paint, but no harm done. And it's going to be Frederick in the lead. Frederick working that stuff in really nicely through 1 and 2 that time. See if he does it in 3 and 4. He stays above it. He's going to stay above it in 3 and 4. A little too much down there for his liking. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go for the 18 of Frederick. Stays above it in 1 and 2 this time as well. The other drivers, some of them go through it. will work in after a few more laps and a couple more races, I would guess. That probably is a benefit to the outside lane. Around goes the 21 car of Jay Burke. That's another completion of a race. Let's have a nice round of applause for your winner in car number 18, Tim Frederick. The Route 39 Auto Salvage, Leggett Tire, Sensel Finicum Insurance car. We have our final heat race coming up, followed by our pursuit races tonight here at Midvale Speedway. Green flag is out. '75 car of Chase Beatty goes into the lead. The 30 car of Seth Gibson goes into the second spot. 4 wide for the number 3 position. Look out, a little slick there, Seth. He's able to steer out of it, keep it in the right direction. Bruce Gibson looks to the inside on the front straightaway. 83 of Gary Gibson in the number 4 spot. Seth Gibson up the banking in the second position. 75 of Chase Beatty leads, pulling away from the field. Alan Clark in the 0. He's moved up into the number 4 position. Car still sliding a little bit down in turns 3 and 4 from the liquid put down by Cottis. 75 of Chase Beatty has gone under his qualifying time twice. He'll receive the black flag. He had problems with the car in qualifying. 83 of Gary Gibson has gone pit side. New leader is going to be the number 32 of Bruce Gibson as Beatty receives the speeding ticket.
30, that's your 40.
Gibson now the leader. Clark is in second. Seth Gibson is in third. Ryan Schreffler's in fourth, and fifth is Christian Bailey. It will be halfway this time, 4 laps in, 4 more laps to go for Bruce Gibson in the number 32. Alan Clark in the 0. For the third position, 30 of Gibson opens up the door. Here comes Schreffler. Schreffler going to be able to squeeze through. Ryan Schreffler up to third. 5 in, 3 to go for the number 32 of Bruce Gibson, but here comes Clark to the outside. Lead duo in a breakaway. Schreffler trying to close in on him. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Looking high. Dropping back to the bottom is Clark. You can tell the track conditions getting a little bit better. Not sliding around quite as much now. Gibson, Clark, Schreffler, and the 30 of Seth Gibson. White flag is out, 1 to go. Alan Clark going to give it one last try. Could not quite make it happen. Takes a look back to the bottom. They're going to race to the checkered. Bruce Gibson's going to pick up the victory. Second spot to the 0 of Alan Clark. Third to the 42 of Ryan Schreffler. Fourth to the 30 of Seth Gibson. And fifth, the 46 of Christian Bailey. The Myers and Music Heating and Cooling, sponsor number 32 from Midvale. Your winner, Bruce Gibson. Bruce George, the Swamp Rat Motorsports number 13. In the 4th spot is Kyler Bertram in the 155. And your top qualifier, Mike Martin, starts 5th. We've got him 3 wide already. Look out, Cordia slaps up into the side of Bertram down into the corner. Bertram gets shuffled to the back. Martin goes to the inside. Oh, Bertram with a flat left front tire for the 155. Bad break there for the Springfield Township driver. So Bertram with a flat left front tire. They'll be heading pit side. Get ready for the pursuit or the feature. As up front, 13 of George leads the way. Anderson's going to slide sideways down into the infield. Going to bring it back out on the raceway and continue on. Keith Anderson almost saved it. Your leader, Vince Martin's number 5, driven by Mike Martin. Second is Bruce George. Battle for third coming off of turn number 2. 32 of Keith Anderson and the 72 of Derek Cordia. We are halfway. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go for the number 5 of Mike Martin. Bruce George running second, Anderson running in the third spot. Boy, Derek Cordia hanging on to it somehow up top. And the win will go to Mike Martin. Second spot to Bruce George. Finishing third, Keith Anderson. Taking fourth will be the 72 of Derek Cordia. Pulling to the line, the winner of our mini truck heat race event, the Canton Car Connection, Papa P's Auto, Twins Auto Sales, Shelby Sweets and Treats, and Finish Line Design. It is Mike Martin. But an exciting race to watch. And here comes Schneider. Green flag is out. Pursuit race. Already Smith goes to the outside of Joe Leinert for the number 3 position. Joe Leinert in car number 82 has been eliminated. Leinert eliminated from action. Car sliding around a little bit. A little slick out there yet, maybe from our compact event earlier. We are green flag racing in our late model Australian pursuit race. We've completed one of our scheduled 10. Brian Smith going to the outside of Ron Kirkpatrick for the number 2 position. Stankiewicz nearly looping it, coming off of 4. He was hanging on to a real loose car in the heat race as well. Leading the way is Schneider in car number 17. Brian Smith looking to the outside of Kirkpatrick, drops to the bottom, coming off of turn number 4. Kirkpatrick's going to close the door. Kirkpatrick closes the door on Smith. Smith checks up to avoid him. Matthew Mills in car number 4 has been eliminated. We've lost a couple cars early on. Oh, Kirkpatrick closing the door again. Smith's going to go to the outside lane. Kirkpatrick slammed the door shut on Smith coming off of 4. Smith's going to try that high lane. We're going to come to halfway this time. 5 laps in, 5 laps to go. Smith looking high, he's looking low, and we've got him really battling back in the field. Rosenberry on the outside lane. Marcus Malkett close to eliminating Rosenberry. He's still hanging in by a nose. Rosenberry still in, not anymore. Rosenberry has been eliminated. So Alex Rosenberry out of the race. Ron Kirkpatrick out of the race. Stankiewicz, he's hanging on by a thread because here comes the 112 of Don Harvey Jr. Marcus Malkett has Bubba Smith to the outside. Close call coming off of turn number 4. Malkett to the outside of Harvey for the number 4 position. Going to be 2 laps to go this time. 2 final laps to go for the 17 car of Schneider. The 1 car of Smith. 42 car of Stankiewicz. Malkett wheeling it sideways, trying to eliminate the 112 of Harvey. White flag is out. Everyone will race back to the stripe now. You cannot be eliminated on the final lap. Smith is closing on Schneider, but it's going to run out of time. Coming to the checkered off of turn number 4. Your winner, Bob Schneider Jr. Second spot to Smith. Finishing third will be the 42 of Stankiewicz. And it was a close call for the next spot between Malkett and Don Harvey Jr. And we might take a look at replay on video for that because it was tight. And here I've got this to say. Pulling to the line in car number 17, your winner, Bob Schneider. Flag is out, and we are pursuit racing In the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds, 10 cars will go 10 laps or until only one driver remains. And so far, no drivers made a move yet. 11 tried it, got sideways coming off the corner. We're single file for the completion of lap 1.
I'm going to say, Adam, there's probably only 2 guys in this field that have ever done a pursuit race.
Boron on the outside, racing with the 02 car of Mike Bowers. Side by side for the second position. Bowers goes up the banking. Sideways is Boron. Look out, Derek Gruhl's going to loop it to avoid him. He spins into the infield. Boron will go into the pit area. Caution's out. 2 complete, 8 to go, and Philip Cox brings him to green. Glenn Jewell going to go to the outside of Mike Bowers for the number 3 position. Bowers on the outside of, or on the inside of Jewell trying to hang on. He is eliminated. The 11 of Stewart now is going to be next to be eliminated. Oh, he's going to try to thread the needle to stay involved. He does so far, but now he's out. Eliminated the 11 of Stewart. 24 car of Jewell hanging on to the second groove. Glenn Jewell in the 24 waving his hand about something. Meanwhile, the 55 gets to the inside lane. Coming to halfway this time, 5 laps in, 5 more laps to go. Philip Cox, your leader. Second is Martyr, third is Glenn Jewell, fourth is Bailey, fifth is Grove, and sixth is McClintock. Jewell looking to the inside of Martyr. 4 to go. McClintock outside of Grove for the final spots on the raceway. Kevin McClintock trying to eliminate the second fast qualifier, Tad Grove. Both cars a little bit free on the exit of turn 2. They twitch a little bit. And I think Grove's going to be able to hold him off. McClintock giving it a whirl, though. He's hoping they kind of bunch up in front of him. Philip Cox running himself a very nice race at the front of the pack. Glenn Jewell to the inside. He's got the run. Inside of Martyr. Nice move by Glenn Jewell, the veteran driver. Yet to eliminate him. Now down into the first corner. Glenn Jewell eliminates the number 25 of Martyr. We're down to 5 cars left. Sean Martyr's eliminated. He's in the way, though.
25,
so 25, Martyr out of the race now. Spinning by himself, I believe, was the 3 car of Grove. Down to our final 4 cars for the final lap, and Philip Cox has this one. Philip Cox comes off the corner, gets the checkered, picks up the win. Philip Cox, Glenn Jewell. The 55 car of Bailey. Good run for Brandon Bailey again in the 38 of McClintock.
In a pursuit race coming from the back to the front, so I'm a little biased, but definitely exciting.
Pulling to the line, the Fastenal Co. Funeral Home Village Hardware 09 from Jeanette and Hutton. Your winner, Philip Cox. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And not a good start. So caution flag will be out as the field was spread to the green for the restart. No laps in, 7 to go. Pursuit race for the street stocks. Bowling opens up the inside lane for Dennis Wood. It's a battle for the number 3 position. Also watch his top qualifier. Rick Elkins Jr. tries to get to the front. He's going to get squeezed in, though. The 5 of Vince Martin's going to be eliminated. 1 car out, 6 left, 6 laps to go in this pursuit for the street stocks. The 6 of Mike Martin taking a look to the low side of Dennis Wood for the number 4 position. Side by side for 4th. And Mike Martin close to eliminating Dennis Wood, but not quite yet. Dennis Wood hanging in there in the 41 car. So far, so good. Maybe not for long. He is now eliminated. The 41 out of action. Dennis Wood gone. So is Jeff Bowling. Jeff Bowling in the 82 car. Eliminated from action. He's been passed. Down to 4 cars left. Also 4 laps to go. Can Mike Martin or maybe even the 62 of Rick Elkins Jr. do this from the back of the pack? Elkins has a chance as top qualifier. 4 laps in, 3 to go, side by side for the number 2 position. Waylon Orr on the inside. It is Mike Martin on the outside lane. For second, they continue to race. Josh Moss holding on to the lead. Look out, Waylon Orr sideways. He's eliminated from action. Waylon Orr is gone. He's going to head to the pits. Mike Martin to the inside now for the lead. Josh Moss. He's out of here. Down to our top 2 qualifiers. White flag, 1 to go. Rick Elkins Jr. trying to win it from the back of this 7-car, 7-lap pursuit race. 1 car to go. It's Mike Martin. They're going to race to the stripe. No one will be eliminated on the final lap. Checkered will wave coming out of 4. Mike Martin's going to pick up the win. And spectator drags tonight. Let's have a nice round of applause for your winner of the 6 of Mike Martin. The Canton Car Connection, Papa P's Auto, Twins Auto Sales, Shelby Sweets and Treats, Finish Line Design.
Nice.
Jeffrey Orr, 31. Kyle Rector, 09. Wes Innes, 3. Kyle Grove. 10 cars, 10 laps, Pursuit Race Racing. For the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. See if they got that Cotta 70 fixed. He oiled down the track a little while ago. Looks like it. Oh, trouble. Look out. He gets turned. Down into the infield he goes. As yellow will come out and we'll have a restart.
What was you saying about Cottis? Them old Thomas boys, Adam, trying to stir it up over here, you know?
175 of Riniker pulled pit side under the caution. Green flag coming off of turn number 4. Dan Bucky. Dan Bucky will lead coming off of 2. He's been running really solid in feature competition this season with some top 5s. Jeffrey Orr had an opening for a moment inside of Colton Cottis. We see the 31, or the 19 of Clayton Oliver. We see the 31 car of Kyle Rector go to the high side. Colton Cottis is on the inside of Tim Frederick. Who's going to get eliminated first? We've seen the 175 of Riniker already pull off. Side by side for second. Colton Cottis. Tim Frederick. Frederick really hauls it off into turn 3. Tries to get up alongside Bucky. Can't quite do it. Cottis pulling forward on the inside. No one eliminated yet, at least from racing competition. We've completed 3 laps. A 31 car of Rector, I think, close to eliminating the 8 car of Orr, but he's running a good race on the inside lane. Out of it now, the 09 car of Wes Innes. So Wes Innes has now been eliminated for the 2nd position. Cottis slips back a little bit. We are halfway, 5 laps in, 5 laps to go. Oh, we got him beating and banging down in turn number 2. This could get the 8 car in a bad position. Also 31 of Rector nearly eliminated in the outside lane. 31 of Rector is eliminated. So the 31 of Rector is out of the race. Oh, the 57 of Larry Ennis Jr. just slipped up and just slipped to the pits. He's eliminated. He's out of action. Down to 6 cars left. Still leading is Dan Bucky.
Sure that's not Alan Clark?
No, I think it's Dan Bucky. It was Alan Clark a year ago. Same car, same number. Yeah, they would do that to me. The Midvale Midvale season. I think I had a stroke.
Let's go to Sizzler. That's what you wanted to say.
Goodness.
We going Sizzler.
Side by side for the lead. The 69 of Bucky, wheel to wheel, literally. Here comes Colton Cottis looking to the inside. 3 wide now. No one will be eliminated on the last lap. They race back to the finish line on the final circuit. Frederick in the lead. Bucky still in action. Who's it going to be at the line? They're going to race to the stripe, to the checkered flag. Caught us up the track a little bit. Your winner will go to Frederick. And second spot, the 69 of Bucky. Third goes to Jeffrey Orr in the 8.
I think old Timmy had that planned.
Pursuit race, win in the compact division to the number 18. Let's hear it for Tim Frederick. Tim wins the pursuit race. The car sponsored by Route 39 Auto Salvage, Leggett's Tires, Central Finicum Insurance. Keith Anderson already looking to the outside of the 13. Anderson trying to send the 13 of Bruce George to the pits. 155 of Bertram eliminated from action. Side by side, they race into turn number 4. Bruce George up the track, sideways a little bit. 1 lap down, 3 laps to go. Anderson's truck pushes up, just gives a lot of room coming off the corner. He can't keep it down. He's going to go to the bottom of the track here now, drop into line. Your leader, Bruce George. Second spot, Anderson. Third, Martin. Bertram, who was eliminated, heads pit side. 3 in, 1 to go. I thought Martin was a shoe-in for this race. He's going to go to the outside of Anderson now. Can't make it happen in 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go into turn 3. They're going to come off into turn number 4. It's going to be the Dodge, the Mopar out front. The number 13 of Bruce George taking the win. Second spot to the 32 of Anderson, and third taking the victory. And the Swamp Rat Motorsports number 13 truck from Lakemore, Ohio, Bruce George. Let's hear it for your winner, Neil Downey. Congratulations on the spectator drag win. You haven't won in spectator drags before, have you?
No.
Have you competed with us before? I think so.
Yeah, I got smoked by a minivan.
Smoked by a minivan. You came back with a vintage tonight, didn't you?
Yeah.
I ain't letting no minivan beat me. Well, good job.
Thanks.
Good job,
Neil Downey, your winner tonight in the spectator drag. Hey, Adam, I'm hearing that we have a pretty neat pace car tonight for our moms and our ladies. Winding up. It starts on the outside. He's the Amsoil Haas Body Shop Ennis hauling car from New Philly. Top qualifier and point leader Kyle Grove starts on the inside, followed by the number 4 of Blaine Salisbury and the 111 of Donnie Leggett, the third in the green. Flag is out. Feature racing, Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division at Midvale Speedway. Into the lead for a moment was Bucky. Laney Stresky fights back in the 17 car. Which lane will move forward? Ennis, he's going to try to take that third lane. Also Blaine Salisbury car, it looks to be running much better than it did in the feature last week, as well as the heat race earlier tonight. We've got him 3 wide back in the pack, and Wes Ennis is the one making up ground first. Wes Ennis in car 09. He's putting it out in that Kyle Grove lane, Chris, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, he got slowed up just a little bit off before that time, but like I said earlier, Laney Stresky really learning this racetrack, driving in deep, keeping it out front.
He might get shuffled back out in that third lane now. Colton Cottis dropping back. He's in the third lane. Moving up, Larry Ennis Jr. in the 57. Meanwhile, the 17, Laney Stresky leads this lap after Bucky led the last time by. Tim Frederick won a little while ago. He's going to move into the number 2 position, right on the rear bumper of Stresky, just waiting for Laney to push up a little bit and open. Look out, some contact. They're able to hang on to it. There's more contact back in the field. Oh, Blaine Salisbury up into the air. Coming to a stop is Clayton Oliver in the number 19. We've got a caution. Bucky in the 69, ready for green, coming off of 4, 3 complete, 12 laps to go. Back to green on a good restart. Into the first corner, Bucky in the outside lane, looking pretty strong, but Stresky's strong enough, gets on the go button hard. Coming off of turn number 2, she's going to pull back out front again. Here comes Frederick to the inside. Ennis thinking about that third lane, so is Cottis actually. They just go up the banking. I think the cars in front of them right now just too quick for that to work. Go down into the first corner. Larry Ennis Jr. moving his way into the top 5, racing for 4th. A little bit of contact between Ennis and Colton Cottis. Back in the pack. Kyle Grove, our 3-time feature winner in 3 weeks this year, boxed in currently. And one thing I've noticed, it's getting a little bit tougher for Grove the last few weeks. I think the competition is catching him a little bit, as the compact competitors stepping up their game, trying to challenge Kyle Grove, who has been dominant so far. 17 of Stresky continues to lead. She's won a 2nd feature this year. She's never won an A feature, but she's running pretty well. Now some smoke starting to come out of the Tim Frederick 18 machine. 7 laps in this time at the line. It'll be 7 laps in and 8 laps to go. Frederick's car starting to let out a little bit of smoke. Not a bunch of smoke, just a little bit coming off the exit of the corners. Grove slowly but surely in the 3, making his way forward. Staying in line right now. It is halfway this time. 8 laps in, 7 laps to go. Frederick challenging in the outside lane. Here comes Grove. He now sees the opening in that second lane that he needs to get toward the front.
add Renneker and Jeffrey Orr to this lead duo.
Yeah, and Frederick having a hard time clearing Lainey Stresky. This is her best career run right here. She's out there with the fast cars tonight and getting it done, holding on. 10 laps in, 5 laps to go for Stresky. 5 from the finish. Can she win her first career fast compact feature? She got 2 of them. Oh, she closes the door on Jeffrey Orr. Came a little bit close there in turn number 2 to giving it up. She made a mistake. We'll see if she does it again. Decent lane coming through 3 and 4. She's pushing up a little bit. That could cost her eventually, Chris.
Yeah, she's coming off the bottom just a little bit. Jeffrey Orr looking to take advantage of that spot. Now she pulls out a little bit more, and Grove boxed in on the bottom now underneath of Renneker behind Jeffrey Orr.
12 laps in, 3 laps to go. Lainey Stresky leading. Jeffrey Orr has moved into second, waiting for an opening. See if Stresky gives up the bottom. Donnie Leggett the third goes pit side in the 111, that beautiful ride. Kyle Grove is up to third. Man, he might just time this one perfect to go 4 for 4. Final 2 circuits. Can Lainey Stresky hang on to win? She opens up the bottom again. I think what's going to happen, she's going to see Orr pulling ahead and might give up the bottom. No, Grove's going to go to the outside. Jeffrey Orr into the lead. Stresky falls into second, but Jeffrey Orr running strong. White flag is out. 1 to go. Here comes Grove now into the number 2 position. Can Grove catch Orr? Oh, Stresky stays beside him just long enough. I think we're going to have a different feature winner for the first time this season. And our Compact A features coming to the checkered off of turn 4, Jeffrey Orr. Lainey Stresky finishes in the second spot. Third to the number 3 of Kyle Grove. Stresky just edging Grove for second. Put on a good show. Kyle got to the lead pretty quickly last week, but it was double wide, 3 wide, 4 wide at times, all the way through the field. It was pretty exciting racing. Good race. Our Compact's putting on an excellent show. It's a good class for us again this year. A little bit of domination early this season from Kyle Grove. But tonight, Jeffrey Orr gets the first win by someone other than the 3. He claims it with an exciting pass with just a couple laps to go. Your winner, Jeffrey Orr. Jeff, congratulations on the victory. Jeff, the number 8 car has been pretty fast this season. You know, it's not quite as quick as some of those dual overhead cam cars, but I think the gap has kind of closed a little bit the last couple weeks. We've had some good racing.
Yeah, the cars are getting faster, that's for sure. I mean, we just got to keep figuring things out, getting a little bit faster to catch up to the dual cams. I mean, they're incredibly fast. I mean, I own one for dirt, and I mean, that thing's just wicked. I mean, we just got to figure out a way for the single red cams to keep going.
They got to handle perfect, don't they?
They got to handle absolutely perfect. You got to be able to stick it where you want it.
And when the cars are looking inside, the cars are looking outside. In that race, it was like, where do you go? What lane do you choose? Because the lanes weren't moving very quickly.
Patience is a virtue. You pick your lane as it comes. Be patient and race other cars clean.
You have some people you want to thank?
I want to thank all my sponsors. I want to thank Brad for letting me drive the car. I want to thank Braden Swaney for helping me out today. Colton and all the family, my parents. I just want to thank everybody. Thank everybody for coming out and watching.
Your winner, let's hear it for Jeffrey Orr.
All right, Adam, going to do our quick grid walk over here with our late models. Ron Kirkpatrick starting on the pole. Yep. Oh, what do you think?
Well, hopefully it's a good thing.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Ron Kirkpatrick in the 23 starting up front. The Outlaw starting on the outside. You got anything for him, bud?
I don't know. We'll find out here in about 5 minutes.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man.
The Outlaw Joe Leinert starts outside on the front row. Bryant Smith picked up the win last week. You got anything for him tonight? This car looks good.
I've been having brake issues all day, and it's the
The car's pretty good, but it's not great. But, I mean, I got a decent shot where I'm starting at, but you never know. We'll see how this thing pans out.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Brian Smith.
A nice round of applause, a good show of sportsmanship from Jeff, who is a good compact racer and has won a lot of races with us here at Midvale Speedway. So we have completed a couple of our features tonight. We will get ready for another, right, Chris?
Yeah, I'll give a call out to Jeffrey Orr, one of the nicest guys you can find. He races hard. He does a little bit of dirt racing in his spare time, we like to say, and kid's getting a lot better, and he's a very good dude. So congratulations to him. Tough break, but congratulations on a good run nonetheless. And Lainey Stresky, our little young gun down there, rainbow in victory lane. Pretty cool.
That's right. She's going for him. Boy, hey, why not? Just take that step, Randy. It's a big one. Randy Smart coming out of the flag stand was going to go out the back of the flag stand. He decided not to. I don't know why.
Well, he's not all there.
Well, he was there enough to know better than to step out.
I love you,
That
Randy.
could have been bad.
You know, you got to at least have your winner's interview.
Yeah, true.
Anybody you want to thank on the 17 tonight real quick?
Definitely my family, TNT Store, Senior Ponchos, M&D Designs, and I think that's it.
And the rainbows.
And the rainbows.
See, you'll let me interview you more often.
No.
Okay. Lainey Stresky, your Fast Compact feature winner. Congratulations.
Schaefer's Racing Oil, VP Racing Car. Number 4 is Matthew Mills from New Philadelphia, the Dennison T-shirt graphics, Thompson Electric, Sunshine Signs and Decals car. 17 is Bob Schneider Jr. Going to give him a couple of warm-up laps as our pace car, provided by All Parts Auto Care, pulls pit side.
That was the first of 9, may I mention.
Getting ready to go for 30 laps of action, the late models. Who will bring home the top prize tonight? Ron Kirkpatrick and his teammate Joe Liner. To green, 30 laps is a scheduled distance. Late models underway at Midvale. So caution out the teammates. The boss on the inside, the driver on the outside. Here we go. We're going to try it again. 30 laps they'll go. We want to see Kirkpatrick and Leinard wheel to wheel, door to door, coming off of turn number 4 for the start. 30 laps of green. Good start. Into the first corner we go. It is Kirkpatrick on the inside. On the outside, Leinard takes the slight advantage. They go down into the third corner. Leinard looking good out there, pushes up a little high, but Kirkpatrick spins the tires, and Leinard's going to become your early race leader. Leinard closes the door on the bottom. Here comes Stankiewicz. Also, Brian Smith thought about 3 wide. Rosenberry's going to go to the outside. Here comes Rosenberry, and here comes Malkett. And the second lane is the place to be right now. Watch Rosenberry, watch Malkett on their trek to the front. Things might change, though, if Stankiewicz pushes up to the high groove. As the 2-car of Rosenberry runs outside. Now he's starting to slide back. Marcus Malkett may be caught in a bad spot now because here comes Brian Smith back to the inside. Those two are racing side by side for position. Meanwhile, Stankiewicz has closed on our leader, Joe Liner. Outside lane might open back up for Malkett as Rosenberry goes to the inside. His car just didn't seem to have it out there so far. Let's see what Marcus Malkett can do in the second groove on the outside lane. He and Smith going at it for position. Big time miss for the number 3 car of Dave Martin. If things line up just right, I think Marcus Malkett's going to be tough to beat in this one. He is looking good in the outside lane. Malkett drives it hard, a little bit too hard that time at a 1 and 2. Malkett still working it out there. Single file up front with Joe Leinert, Tom Stankiewicz, and Ron Kirkpatrick. Rosenberry says, I'm going to go out there and try it again. I've cooled the tires for a moment. Let me try it again. So far, not able to pull alongside Kirkpatrick. 3-car Martin, big time miss. He's going to go off into the pits. Rosenberry now has opened up the inside for Brian Smith. Smith, Rosenberry, Malkett, 3 of our fastest cars at the front of the pack a week ago, are all racing with one another now. And Bubba Smith now starts to make his move in the second lane. Great racing action in our late model division. Good racing side by side. As we've got Leinert leading, Stankiewicz in second. Third spot, Kirkpatrick. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag is out as we got the 3 of Dave Martin stuck in the pit chute in turn number 2. One of the cars sounds like a lawnmower on the way by.
Yeah, that's Mike Miller. Tough to see sitting second in points right now, just out there picking up points.
21 laps to go. Joe Leinert leads. It's been exciting racing so far in our late models. Coming to green. Here we go. Into 1 and 2 we go. Leinert on the inside. Stankiewicz, look out, back of the field. There goes Animal around. The 69 of Animal. Caution is out. So Bob Eichel in car number 69 has spun, brings out the yellow in turn number 1. Last week and went backward. This week trying to work forward, and his car is fast, and so is Mills, the driver, this week. 9 laps in, 21 to go. It is Leinert. It is Stankiewicz to the green. Into 1 we go. Watching him roll off of turn 2. Good restart for Stankiewicz. Pushed up just a little bit. Leinert's going to go back to the inside. Will Brian Smith follow him? He's so far staying in the outside lane. Down into the corner. Smith does go to the bottom. Opens up the outside lane for Marcus Malkett. Marcus Malkett to the high side of Brian Smith for the 3rd spot. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way back. They're racing for position. This is a good one in our late model division. Leading the way, Joe Leinert. Stankiewicz sliding backward a little bit. Bubba Smith, the top qualifier, on the move. Stankiewicz thought about going to the bottom. He couldn't quite get there. Brian Smith was looking to the low side. Smith wiggles going into the corner. Stankiewicz has him cleared momentarily. Will he close the door? Not yet. Still giving Smith room. Smith side by side with Stankiewicz. Malkett's going to have to go to the bottom. Worked out okay for Malkett. Would have worked better had he been able to go to the outside of Smith. Stankiewicz now getting moved toward the back of the field. Kirkpatrick up to the 4th spot. Ooh, closes the door too quickly on the 42 of Stankiewicz. That was close. Halfway this time. 15 in, 15 laps to go. Leinert leads. Malkett has closed on Smith for the number 2 spot. Smith and Malkett. Oh, we got trouble. Spinning around. Mills in car number 4. Matthew Mills has gone around in the number 4 car. Smith in the number 1, ready for the restart. Here we go. Green flag, 15 in, 15 laps to go. A good restart as they head down into the first corner. Leinert on the inside, Smith on the outside. Smith's going to get him coming off the second turn. It's Marcus Malkett in the 75 car. Leinert tries to get back to the inside. Smith still giving him room. Leinert's got a chance now, but Smith will clear him again on the front stretch. Leinert back to the inside, down through turns 1 and 2. Leinert sideways. Malkett then gets together with him, and we've got them all slowing, coming off the second corner. Here we go. I think we've got the two maybe best cars right now. Bubba Smith's pretty good too. He's just been mired deep in traffic. But Bryant and Marcus have been the two I've been watching. Rosenberry, don't count him out yet. I don't think his car is as good as he wants it to be right now. But we're ready. We're side by side and we're green flag racing as we head down into the first corner. Marcus Malkett in the outside lane is going to go into the lead. Malkett into the top spot. Bryant Smith in the second position. In the third spot is Alex Rosenberry.
What a move on the start, Adam.
Yeah, Malkett was very good. That outside lane's a good place to be, and his car's been so good tonight. We saw that in the heat race, the way he came to the front, and he's pulling away. Bryant Smith in the second spot, Rosenberry in the third position, Bubba Smith in the fourth spot. Waiting to see if Bubba Smith can make any moves on Rosenberry or his brother Bryant in second and third. As Malkett leads the way, that car very good tonight, closing on a half straightaway lead. Malkett grooving with 10 laps to go. Final 10 laps of our late model feature tonight. The Strasburg driving veteran, the 1997 late model champion at Midvale Speedway, also won a championship around the same time at Lorain County Speedway. Driving for Don Angel back then, and we got trouble down in turn number 3, engine on the 69 of Bob Eichel. Bob Eichel in the 69 may have just blown up. Probably some fluid on the low side of turn number 3 into 4.
Start, guys.
Malkett and Smith on our front row for the restart. 10 laps from the checkered. Well, Malkett hold off the rest of the field. His car is fast. He starts early, and this one won't work. So Malkett needs to wait on Smith when they get over to the stripe in turn 4. They have a steady pace until the stripe in turn 4. They go over into the fourth corner. Oh, now Bryant Smith starts early. So caution is out again. Coming to the green. Here we go for a third try. Malkett and Smith heading over to turn number 4. There we go. We're off and racing. The green flag is out. Into 1 and 2 we go. Marcus Malkett's going to pull back forward. He has a slight advantage. Malkett goes down into turn number 3. He goes into 4. He takes the lead again. The 2 car of Alex Rosenberry. He's going to try to move into the second spot. Rosenberry pulling forward. Smith falling back to the third spot. Car just not to his liking tonight. Heard him talk about it during the red flag. Rosenberry in the second spot. Bubba Smith, he's starting to challenge his brother now. He looks to the inside of Bryant Smith for the number 3 position, and Bryant's just caught up in the outside lane, and he's way up the track. He's going to try to get down. He does, and he gets contact from behind from the 23 car of Kirkpatrick. So Kirkpatrick in the 23 car getting into the left rear of Bryant Smith heading into the first corner. Tom Stankiewicz, Rick Sibla, Don Harvey Jr. in the rundown. Yeah, so Mike Miller and Randy Smart, our top 2 in our late model points, both tonight with big time issues. It's going to be 75 of Malkett, 2 car of Rosenberry now on our front row for the restart. 7 laps from the finish. Here we go. They are beating and banging as they come down the front stretch, and Malkett is going to be back in the lead. Rosenberry in the second spot. 12 car of Smith in the third position. Stankiewicz trying to take a spot away from Bryant Smith. He does. He's up to 4th. Smith trying to hang on to the top 5. Here comes the 21 car of Rick Sibla. 5 more laps to go for Marcus Malkett. By far, fastest car in the field right now. Car is hooked up, and he's determined to win tonight. Rosenberry slid a little bit through 1 and 2, still fighting the handling of that race car. Two to go and yellow out. Yellow out, we've got debris. Debris on the front straightaway.
Might have been from the 82 of Joe Leinert, who just pulled pit side.
Yeah, no, 23 car of Kirkpatrick having parts fall off of his car now. The team cars end up putting new bodies on them. They both are sharp-looking rides, but falling apart. Malkit and Rosenberry. Make it 3 laps from the finish, 27 complete. They're coming to green off of turn 4. Malkit and Rosenberry bring them in. We're back to racing. They're hitting again down into the first corner. Rosenberry, and into the wall goes Brian Smith in the 1 car. He's going to continue on toward the pits, I believe. Nope, he's going to continue on. Brian Smith in the 1 will go toward the infield. Marcus Malkit leads the way. Second spot is Rosenberry. Third is Bubba Smith. Fourth is Stankiewicz with a nice recovery. White flag is out for Marcus Malkit. Malkit leading by 5 car lengths. Heads into turn number 3. He'll race to 4. The Malkit Racing Engines McIntosh oil car. Marcus Malkit the win tonight. Rosenberry second. Smith in third. Finishing 4th is Stankiewicz. In the 5th spot, the 21 car of Sibla. Pulling into downtown Ford, Victory Lane, the Malkit Racing Engines, McIntosh Oil Company 75. Your winner tonight, Marcus Malkit. Marcus, congratulations. This car was pretty hooked up, and you were pretty doggone fast and aggressive, whether it was the heat, whether it was the pursuit, the feature. You wanted to win tonight.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to come back strong after last week getting sent to the tail. Not that it wasn't our fault or whatever, we just wanted to come back strong.
And you did. You came back real strong. You got the adrenaline flowing down here. You're shaking a little bit. That late model race was wild. The pursuit race was wild, too.
You know, I haven't ran much local lately, and these double file restarts are a little bit different. You know, it's a little bit harder, and it's a lot more, beating and banging. I just want to hit my marks and not make a mistake. Got the car pretty good, don't you? Oh, yeah, one-on-one, we were real good. Yeah. Some people you want to thank? I'd like to thank McIntosh Oil, VP Race Fuels, all my crew. Those guys work real hard. And my wife and my little boy right here. My little boy right here, Isaac, his first race he's been to. And Malkit Racing Engines, Octane Trailers. just about a bunch of people put a lot of product into this product.
There you go. Let's hear it for the winner tonight. He was wheeling it. Marcus Malkett.
Okay, Adam caught up with the second place finisher, Alex Rosenberry, and you guys traded a little paint, but overall clean racing. You guys put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, I think we gave the fans one heck of a show tonight. I had a lot of fun racing with Marcus. Congrats to them. Definitely did not have a second place car, maybe an 8th place car if we're lucky. I drove my butt off out there just trying to get all we could give, or all we could get. All take, no give out there. It was a heck of a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, we talked under the red flag there that you didn't have a car that was handling to your liking. What could you have done? Would you have had anything for him if this car would have been the way you wanted it?
Oh, absolutely. We could have. We were decently okay on the inside, but on the outside we were way too tight, pushing up in the middle, and just hurt our exit on there. But got to thank Flight Test, my mom, Dad, Larry, Todd, Uncle Jeff, everybody that's been a part of this, Grandma, Grandpa, all the family, and everybody that's on the car. Just can't thank them enough.
Well, congratulations. Good second place run. You put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun.
All right, Alex Rosenberry, your second place finisher. We'll go over here and see if we can talk to the Kool-Aid man as he wound up with a good third place run. You got this car running better, Bob.
Yeah, I was feeling real good at the beginning of the race, and I got stuck behind, I think, 42. He was on the outside and looked like he was going forward. Then he started falling backwards and took me from like 4th or 5th way back to the back, and I had to come back up again. And I'm happy with the third after having to go back about halfway through the race, and I was still at the back of the field. So coming up through, got to be happy with third place finish tonight.
You look like you worked pretty hard in there. You're sweating pretty good, dude.
It's tough for a fat guy.
Oh, well, listen to you.
J&G Grill on J&G Grill in Midvale Speedway. Congratulations. We come off of turn number 4 to the green. We're ready to roll in our compact second feature. Yellow flag is out. Christian Bailey on the outside of Seth Gibson coming to green off of turn number 4, and they are rolling. Three wide, Gage Jayberg is on the move, and I would almost put money on Gage Jayberg being tough to beat in this one after last week's win. Well, not if that happens. 32 car, Bruce Gibson. Well, see, John wanted me to call someone to the tower here. It's Doug Adams. I don't know if he's been to the tower yet. If you haven't been to the tower, the video... Coming off of turn 4, Seth Gibson and Christian Bailey. Gonna bring him in. Green is out. Into the first corner. We're going to go 3 wide because, well, that's half the field. Coming off of turn number 2, it's the 42 of Ryan Schreffler, but threading the needle. Oh, yeah, continue to thread it. The 75, look out, going to run out of room down there. Bailey closes the door, and Beatty has to check up in the 75, but he crosses the line in the 3rd spot and still in a good position. 21 of last week's second feature winner, Gage Jayberg, running in the 4th position with Ryan Schreffler. Seth Gibson, car number 30. Oh, I didn't want the outside. I'll take the inside. Thank you. Right now, Chase Beatty in the 75 car pulling alongside Seth Gibson. For the number 2 spot, leading the way is Christian Bailey. Christian Bailey leading, but maybe not for long. There's some contact between Seth Gibson, who then jams on the brakes. He's a little squirrely down there. Chase Beatty goes into the lead. Christian Bailey goes back into second, and Gage Jayberg has been able to find himself in the number 3 position. It's not wild or anything in this race, is it?
Nah, I think it's one of them races of comers and goers, right?
Yeah, a little bit. And right now, the 75 of Beatty's in the lead. In the second spot's Bailey. No relation because one's an L and one's a T. And out front, it's the 21 car of Jayberg taking over the number 2 spot in that 3-car battle as he tries to close on the 75 of Chase Beatty. Third place is Bailey. Here comes the 42 of Schreffler. Oh, Chase Beatty has
Lost
broken.
the right front, Adam. Lost the right front.
Oh, he's got the tethers on so it doesn't fly into the stands. And we've got yellow. Caution out for the leader, whose right front comes off. Does that remind you of Indy? They got the tethers on so the wheel doesn't fly into the stands? Those were Chris's famous sausage.
And they were awesome.
5 laps in. 7 laps to go. We got him spinning up in turns 1 and 2, and we got him spinning off of turn number 2 as well. It's your turn 21, it's your turn 42. Racing back underway, 7 laps to go. 4-car dash feature left. Oh, there goes Gibson around. He's going to hopefully keep on moving. He will. We'll keep this race under green. We're halfway. 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. Jay Berg with the lead.
I'll say Schreffler and Alan Clark are not letting Gage get away. And there goes the 30 back around and turn 4, but it'll keep going.
I think Joey Chitwood is actually behind the wheel of the number 30 car.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, there he goes. He's gone to the pits, probably for a tire pressure adjustment. Your leader is the 21 of Gage Jayberg, looking to make it 2 wins in a row in compact feature racing. 42 of Schreffler in second. Third, Alan Clark in the 0. Jayberg just doing a nice job out there, keeping it in the right direction, keeping the 2 veteran drivers behind him in Schreffler, and now he does open up the inside a little bit, but just enough power for Jayberg to stay ahead. Again, Schreffler looking low. Coming to the white this time. It'll be 1 lap to go. Does he make a rookie mistake on the last lap? He didn't last week. Jayberg, the youngster from New Philadelphia, leading at the line. Jayberg off of turn 2, holding the edge. It's a battle for second place now between Schreffler and the 0 car of Clark. Coming to the checkered off of turn number 4. Your winner, Gage Jayberg. Second spot to Schreffler, third spot to the 0 of Alan Clark. We've completed about our 4th feature of the night or so. We've got our modifieds coming up, followed by our street stocks and mini trucks yet to go this evening. Man, a nice weather night here at Midvale Speedway, brought to you by All Parts Auto Care on 62 in Canton. Route 39 Auto Salvage, Impact Photography, State Farm, Industrial Machinery Services, number 21 coming into victory lane. Second feature win in a row. Getting ready. There he is. Gage Jayberg wins for a second week in a row. Gage, congratulations. Win tonight, second week in a row. Man, that race was wild. The first couple of laps, we went from about 9 cars to 4 cars to 3.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I thought for sure Chase was going to win it. Then I saw him just like drop, and I thought, oh my gosh, I thought for sure he would have had it, and I feel bad.
Did you do anything different this week, or pretty much the same old, same old?
Well, we got new tires, so I think that helped a lot.
All the big proceeds from the win last week, able to buy tires, right?
Yeah.
Or do you guys just go through the junkyard out there and say, oh, there's a tire, we can use this one, we'll use this one?
No, we got new ones. We don't get ours from the junkyard.
Oh, why not? That's good stuff out there.
I don't know. They might be too old.
He's got to make money off of them. Gage Jayberg, your winner tonight. Second compact feature.
All right, Adam, going to do our quick grid walk here before the mods come out. Don Boron Jr. starting on the pole. Starting on the pole, buddy. Can you keep it up there?
I hope so.
You got to give me longer than 20 seconds tonight.
Well, I got to thank Richie Rohr. He really got this thing going in the right direction.
All right, good luck tonight, buddy. Keep it up front.
Thanks.
Don Boron Jr. thanking Rich Rohr for helping getting him going. Good luck tonight, buddy. It would be great to see you in Victory Lane.
Thanks.
Glenn Julie, old veteran, starts outside. Adam Stewart, you got 2 in a row in you?
I hope. I'm going to stick with Junior up here, see if he can't get Jewel here. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Good luck, buddy.
Hey, thanks.
Pretty well. In fact, was leading one night, fell back into the second spot. Looked like he was on his way to a top 5 finish and then clocked under his qualifying time. But Boron could be a threat from the pole tonight. Glenn Jewell, good starting spot on the outside of row number 1. Stewart, he's got that 11 car running great, I think, with the help of the Usage Racing team as well as Rick Elkins Jr., who definitely knows his stuff when it comes to setups. Going to come off of 4 for the green. Larry Smith, another guy that's involved in helping the 1162 cars out. Mark Deeser. Green flag coming off of turn number 4. We are racing in the modifieds. Glenn Jewell alongside Boron heading through turns 1 and 2. Some smoke coming out. Tire smoke back in the field as Jewell pulls alongside Boron racing through turns 3 and 4. Stewart's in the number 3 position. 4th is Derek Gruhl. 5th spot, the 3 of Tad Grove. 6th is Mike Bowers. 7th, Brandon Bailey. 8th, Kevin McClintock. Boron leads the way. 2nd, Glenn Jewell. Boron laying down some pretty good laps right now on the 82 ride. We've got 5 laps in, 20 laps to go.
Don Boron Jr. holding a nice wheel up front, Adam.
Yeah, and he was doing a nice job earlier this season out in the lead, and that was with a little less experience. He's holding a pretty wheel right now, as they like to say. Keeping it glued to the bottom, coming off, keeping it glued to the bottom, going in, not giving Glenn Jewell a place to go, and they are pulling away. Running strong. Boron turning laps in the 15.0s. He's got to go into the 14.9s to be worried about his breakout time. So it's fairly close, but consistent 15.0s right now for Don Boron Jr., the youngster from East Sparta. They're coming up on Joe Slintz in the 46. Slintz riding around to the outside lane. Stewart having, I would argue, an even better run this week than his feature win last week. That car, I think, even better tonight. Started on the pole last week, led from start to finish, but wasn't the quickest car out there. He's one of the fastest cars in the field tonight.
Derek Gruhl driving a good race there in the 99. Looks like they got that car tightened up pretty good for the feature.
Got a yellow flag for Slintz in car number 46 for a spin up in turn number 4. So yellow flag for Joe Slintz. Didn't really tear up cars badly, but tore up a few of them, enough to dwindle our field tonight as the green waves in turn 4. Boron and Jewel for the lead. It's going to be Boron pulling back forward again. Stewart drives it hard into turn 3. Grove racing side by side with Jason Gruhl. It's Derek tonight filling in for Jason in the number 99 car. Tad Grove on the inside. Derek Gruhl on the outside. Halfway this time, 13 laps in. Look out, trouble. All kinds of trouble. Derek Gruhl goes around in the 99. '82 of Boron, the 24 car of Jewel, side by side up front, green flag in turn number 4. That's the best of the restarts we've had so far. The first two, Boron was borderline jumping a little bit early. That time it was a good restart. Glenn Jewel stays alongside. We got ourselves a battle right now as they head down into 3. This is Jewel's best opportunity. Pushes a little high in 4. Philip Cox goes down into the grass for a moment. Now he's going to spin it coming out of turn number 4. And caution's out. So caution out, and that one on the 09 car of Philip Cox. Boron and Jewel coming off of turn 4 to the green. As we are underway. Gonna have a yellow on this one pretty quickly. Caution flag coming out. Just about the halfway mark of the race. 25 laps the distance. Good restart coming off of 4. Boron spins the tires a little bit. That's what I was talking about, wanting to get the advantage so that doesn't happen. Boron looks good through 1 and 2. He's looking good down the backstretch. Jewel stays alongside heading into turn number 3. Glenn Jewel getting the rust shook off after a 10-year hiatus from racing and actually has the advantage at the line. Glenn Jewel leads across the stripe that time by. That would be huge if a caution came out. Boron still fighting on the inside lane. Boron now taking advantage at the line this time. I think Glenn Jewel by mere centimeters. Boron is working back forward. Now Glenn Jewel back out in front. Glenn Jewel nearly clearing Boron. Boron back alongside. Great racing in our top 2 positions here at Midvale Speedway. Glenn Jewel always had a modified that was on a rail and just ran a smooth line around this racetrack. McClintock, oh, look out. Sean Martyr, they keep on going. Sean Martyr keeps that 25 car rolling back of the field. Glenn Jewel continues to lead lap after lap, but it's been by mere inches. Boron drives hard into turn 1. Now he's starting to take the advantage. Look at Boron pulling it back away, the young driver. And car number 82, he wants this lap to be completed so he can be the leader again. He is at the line. Don Boron Jr. back out front. Good racing. Front of the pack at our Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Jewel will drop into line in second. Gave it a great race in the outside lane. Stewart runs in third. Fourth is McClintock, who's making his way forward now. Grove runs in fifth. And sixth is Bailey, who's having his best run of the season. 19 and 6 to go for Boron this time, and he's putting some distance between himself and Jewel. Back down into the 15-0s goes Boron now that he's got Jewel behind him. Stewart has McClintock on his outside for the third spot. 5 to go. Stewart giving McClintock room in the outside lane. Kevin McClintock coming forward. Stewart gets a better run in the inside lane coming off of turn number 2. 4 to go for Boron as he looks for his first career modified feature win.
Boron by a car length and a half heading into turn 3. 3 laps to go at the line. McClintock still in a hard battle for the 3rd spot. Bailey and Grove battling for the 4th, make it a 5th position. Good side-by-side action and much, much better clean racing in the modifieds this week. Oh, and just as I say that, Stewart goes around. Grove nowhere to go. Caution out. Took a while for Boron to get rolling and get back out in front. Green flag, turn number 4. Good restart. We're underway. They cross the line, wheel to wheel. Down into 1. Out of 2. Groves going to the pits. He's got problems after the mishap. Glenn Jewell with a half car length advantage. Boron wants it. Drives in hard. Martyr makes contact with Peel at the back of the field. We have a caution. And then cut across the bottom. It would probably keep his car freed up a little bit more. He might be able to keep his momentum up. We'll see what he does. Coming to the green. Here we go. Cross the line, down the corner, and a 360 for Stewart. Still green. Underway, side by side, wheel to wheel for the top position. Down into 3 and 4. Boron pulling ahead for a moment. Sideways, though, Glenn Jewell leads lap number 23. Boron hits the rumble bumps. Glenn Jewell on the outside lane. We're down to 2 laps to go this time. It'll be the white flag. 1 to go. Final circuit. Boron sideways. Here comes McClintock. McClintock checks up. Boron back to the inside of Jewell. Boron's going to loop it on his own. Glenn Jewell's going to race to the victory. Coming through 3, race into 4. To the checkered. Bailey might pick up second. He will. Brandon Bailey to second place. What a finish for the 55. Glenn Jewell wins it, though. A wild finish in our modifieds. Glenn Jewell picking up his first feature win in his return to racing. At Midvale Speedway, going to loop it around, go around the opposite direction. The JD Byrider, Texas Roadhouse 24. Two-time track champion, one-time champion in the modifieds back in 2004 before they stopped the modifieds, as we just didn't have that many of them toward the end. Brought him back as economy modifieds, and Glenn Jewell makes his return this year. He filled in a couple of times in late models and mods during his 10-year hiatus. Gave him the bug just enough, and tonight picked up an impressive victory. Didn't look like he was going to get it. Got the yellow he needed. The yellow didn't play into the hands of Boron real well. The Tedesco Racing Graphics, Texas Roadhouse, JD Byrider driver Glenn Jewell. Glenn, first win since coming back. I looked last week, I said, it's not going to take Glenn long to win one of these. That car was pretty good. It was smooth last week. Looked like it did 15 years ago when you were racing in the modifieds, 10 to 15 years ago. It was pretty strong, and tonight things worked out. You got the yellow you needed to give it another try, and the car was good.
Yeah, we got this car out of Michigan, and the first night out with it, it was pretty good, and last week it was real good. Tonight, it stuck for me on the outside, and that's, this is great, man.
He spun his tires just enough. How different is it with these modifieds with the crate engine than back when you ran 10 years ago?
You don't have the horsepower that you had back then. When there's a hole, it's hard to get to it, so you got to get the car to really work. The car was working really good on the outside.
Did you think you were going to be able to get him on the outside? Because the previous time, it worked out nice, though. You got the caution at lap 22. You only needed to stay ahead of him for 3 laps, and that's about what you did the previous run.
Yeah, I mean, the car was sticking good out there, and it was a tough run out there. It was hard. He put up a good race. He done a good job. He run me clean all night.
Have some people you want to thank.
Texas Roadhouse, JD Bar Rider, South Philly Pizza, Creative Floats. Larry Clay helps me set the car up and stuff. My son is on the pit crew. Joe and Cindy Valdinger and my family backed me to coming back, and it's been going for 10 years. And this is just great, man.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Glenn Jewell, the veteran, the winner tonight in our modified feature. We've got a couple races left. The Street Stocks, brought to you by JD Byrider, are next.
Waiting over here, Adam. I'm going to try and get a word with your second place finisher, Brandon Bailey. They got a hole in the oil pan in the 55, so we'll see if we can get a quick word from him here in a second. Good second place run, man. I know you got a hole in the oil pan right now, but look at the bright side. Good second place run tonight.
Yeah, besides the oil pan, car felt good all night. Ran good too, so we're happy with the finish, but I get the oil fixed for next weekend.
Anybody you want to thank in this 55 tonight?
Yeah, I think my sponsors, Vaughn's Pub, Hair and More out of Schertzville, my grandpa, family, and everyone helped work on the car.
Did a great job tonight. You're learning each and every week and feeling more comfortable in the car. It shows.
Yeah, a lot more seat time thing helps every week, so we'll be back for next week, hopefully.
Awesome deal.
Next time, green flag, street stock feature. Mike Martin has been victorious in the street stock division in the 6. Gary Hoopengarner in the 68's won a feature. In the 62 of Adam Stewart's car, driven by Rick Elkins Jr., he's won a feature. Those are the 3 winners so far this year. Maybe a 4th new one on night 4, or could it be a repeat winner? Waylon Orr in the 28 car. On the pole, Bob Passwater Sr. outside, and the green flag is out. 82 car of Don Boron Jr. a little bit slow. Jeff Bowling in the 82 car. Yeah, Boron, he moved up to modifieds there about a few weeks ago. So Bowling off the pace in the 82. '28 car of Waylon Orr, side by side with, Waylon Orr sideways, Dennis Wood sideways. Is he going to hang on? Yes, he will. But he's going to lose his spot in the process. Back to 4th, Mike Martin up to 3rd. Passwater Sr. leads. Mike Martin in the 3rd position. Waylon Orr down on the rumble bumps. He's sideways. For 3rd, Dennis Wood, Mike Martin. Here comes the 62 of Rick Elkins Jr. Gary Hoopengarner also moving up. Hoopengarner looks pretty fast tonight. Mike Martin trying to determine where to go. Waylon Orr sideways, and around he goes. Four laps in, 16 to go. Passwaters and Martin bring a slow pace to turn number 4, back underway. And into the lead, half a car length for a moment was Passwaters. Martin fights back into number 6. On the move too, the 62 of Rick Elkins Jr. is up into the 3rd spot. Back to the bottom lane goes the number 6 of Mike Martin. 62 of Elkins will take the second spot. Passwater's in third. Wood running in the fourth position. Passwaters drove a little too hard down into the first corner. Oh, look out. Wood sideways. Battle for the lead, the top 2 cars in this division speed-wise. Mike Martin and Rick Elkins Jr. Elkins goes to the outside of Martin, who pushes up a little bit, then brings it back down the banking. 8 laps in this time. It'll be 12 laps to go. It's a long time to hold off that 62 of Elkins. Very quick race car, but man, is he free out there. Nearly dirt tracking through 1 and 2 the last time. We'll see if he drops it back to the bottom and hopes for a run to the inside. He's going to try to do it in the second groove. Next time will be the halfway signal. It's going to be 10 laps in, 10 laps to go this time for Mike Martin and Rick Elkins Jr. Halfway. Martin, Elkins. 2-car battle at the front of the field. It continues now. 9 laps to go. We've 3 or 4 2-car battles. They're spread out all over the track, but they're all racing with one another. Stewart goes to the inside. Not quite the opening he needed. Goes into the corner hard, locks up the brakes a little bit. Smoke flies. Elkins back to the high lane. Martin's giving him room out there. Just Elkins not quite that much quicker to get it done in the outside groove. 7 to go this time. Is he going to nudge him to get him out of the way? Vince Martin in the number 5 car. And caution. Caution for the 5 of Martin.
Right front broke. Something in the suspension. Looks like the whole center of the hub pulled out at him.
Is the wheel still there?
The wheel's still there. The wheel's still inflated, but it is down on the ground.
I think he's got a legitimate shot because he starts right alongside. Green flag is back out. Into 1 and 2 they go. Elkins, decent restart. Martin a little bit better right now, half car length advantage. He ran turn 3 right, did Martin. Still giving Elkins room, a little bit sideways. That will help Elkins out. Martin at the line, the leader of lap number 14. They're giving it all they can at the front of the field, and Elkins is pulling forward. Rick Elkins Jr., last week's feature winner. Martin takes him up the track a little bit. They rub some paint. Elkins leads at the line this time by. Elkins the slight advantage at the finish line last time through. He's got the slight edge down the backstretch. We're going to have 4 laps to go. Oh, Elkins just wiggled sideways, and Martin goes back out front. Mike Martin back into the lead. Elkins in second. Wood in third. 4th place, Passwaters, and 5th is Hoopengarner. 3 to go. There's the opening on the bottom that Elkins needed. Martin closes the door. Elkins checks up for him. Then Martin pushes up. Elkins couldn't get back underneath, and that would have been close because Martin had Elkins just about up to the door. He gives up the inside like that again. Elkins is going to drive it in there. Up Passwaters, look out, coming out of 2. He's going to spin into the infield. He drives it into the infield, onto the small oval. He'll probably rejoin action in a moment. White flag is waving, final lap for the lead duo, as well as Dennis Wood, who's there with him. Elkins gives it a try on the outside lane. Coming down the front stretch to the double checkered. Mike Martin holds off Elkins. What a run for Elkins, though. Finishing in third. 41 of Wood.
Finishing fourth, Hoopengarner. Fifth spot goes to the 74 of Passwaters.
With second place finisher Rick Elkins Jr. Elk, good run, buddy. Mike said he got into it a few times. Sorry about that, but he was driving in a little hard to keep you out there, and he did what he needed to do, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right. If that wasn't good for the fans, I don't know what is, but I think we drove a pretty good race there. He was running me a little high coming out of 2, and just took my line away. I couldn't get any grip.
And that's what you need to do as a race leader, right?
That's right.
You'd have done the same.
Yep. So we'll try again next week. Good job to him. Congrats. He drove his butt off, that's for sure, and it was fun.
For your mini truck feature, final feature tonight, problems with the accordion machine as George will take the lead in to turn 1 off of 2. Paul George, your race leader, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Good battle for second. As Keith Anderson moves up into that second spot, Cordia back to 3rd. Mike Martin battles in that 4th spot. Bertram back to 5th. George continues to lead. Now the accordion machine sideways in turn 3 and 4. Keeps it going. Bertram will bypass him on the outside. Moves up to 4th. Mike Martin 3rd. Keith Anderson 2nd. Closing in on that race leader, George, into 13. George still your race leader. Keith Anderson in 2nd, now being challenged by Mike Martin on the outside. Martin to the outside of the 32 in turn number 3. Not quite able to make it stick, but then he's going to pull back alongside and will make it work into turn number 1. Mike Martin on the move, looking for back-to-back feature wins in the street stocks and mini trucks. George, your leader. Martin now about a truck length away into turn number 1. Martin looking to the outside off of turn number 2, way upstairs. He'll get the run he needs down the back straightaway into 3, side by side, door handle to door handle, tailgate to tailgate off of turn number 4.
I just zoomed in on them with my binoculars, and they don't have actual door handles on those trucks.
Well, that's all right. But nevertheless, Mike Martin takes the lead over George and Keith Anderson. Now Anderson taking a look to the outside of the George machine, not able to make it stick through 3 and 4. And here comes Bertram in the 155. He'll take a look to the inside of Anderson through turns 1 and 2. Gets sideways off of turn number 2. Able to hang right in there with the Anderson machine. Good battle for 3rd spot. In your mini truck feature, white flag in the air for Mike Martin, looking to go back to back. Doing a little crank it up over here with my mic over here too. And off of turn number 4, your winner is going to be Mike Martin. George will finish 2nd, Bertram 3rd, Keith Anderson in 4th, and Derek Cordia in 5th. And in victory lane, put your hands together for Mike Martin. Well, you jump out of one and you jump into another, 2 totally different machines. You go to the front and you win another one, back to back. You look a little winded.
Oh my God.
Anybody you want to thank on this 5, or are you just you're done for tonight?
Just everybody again.
Everybody again.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, we'll let him catch his breath. Mike Martin in Victory Lane. Vince is here too. Big round of applause. Mike Martin in Victory Lane in your trucks back to back, and he is winded. And I'm sure he'd like to thank Shelby Sweets and Treats. Yes, and everybody, his brother, his family, everything.